My parents told me to never come back after I paid $20,000 to save their home. 6 months. 6 months since I walked out of that house. No arguments, no tears, not even the dramatic slam of a door. I quietly packed a few clothes, my old laptop, and my finance notebook into a faded duffel bag, then stepped outside just as the sun dipped behind the buildings across the street. No one stopped me. No one asked where I was going. No one imagined I wouldn't come back. They were used to Diana, the easygoing daughter, a reliable one, always paying the utility bills in a pinch. I was the invisible fixer behind every financial mess in the family. The one who stepped in whenever Brandon lost another job or mom and dad forgot their payment deadline on a new set of furniture. I used to think I was strong, that doing all that was right, that it was my duty. But now, in this tiny apartment just big enough for me, and the silence, I finally understood. For nearly 10 years, I've been keeping alive a system I never built. A system where I was the only one running while everyone else just. The phone vibrated again. I didn't need to look to know it was Mom. I could already hear the start of the message in my head. How could you do this to your family? Ending with, if you still care about us, call back right now. I didn't pick up. Didn't even reach for the phone. I just leaned my head back, took a deep breath, and felt my chest grow a little lighter with every passing second. My name is Diana Miller. I'm 28, a financial analyst who earned a full scholarship to Georgia State University. I used to believe that if I just worked hard enough, stayed out of trouble, kept my head down, I'd be recognized. But the truth is, the more I did, the less I mattered. And the one time I stopped, just once, the phone lit up like a fire alarm. Brandon, 32, dropped out after 2 years of art school, worked as a barista, a delivery driver, then went unemployed again. But he was the one with potential. The dreamer. The one Mom hugged when he failed and Dad defended like a war hero returning from battle. And me? The one who never left a trail of debt. Never ruined a single plan. Never asked for anything. Somehow ended up being the ungrateful one. I remember the day I left. Mom was watching her favorite TV show. Dad had his eyes glued to the car insurance spreadsheet. And Brandon was stretched out on the couch with his gaming console. No one noticed me walking past with a bag. No one asked why I wasn't dressed for work. Not a single, where are you going? And now, after 6 months of silence, they're trying to reach me. Like I'm the lifeline they tossed aside and suddenly want back. I glanced at the phone again, still buzzing. I didn't turn it off, just let it ring. Every vibration felt like proof that I had finally broken free of the invisible rope that had bound me for a decade. And for the first time in my life, freedom smelled like a quiet afternoon where every sound belongs only to me. I started working at 16, not to buy cute clothes or hang out at coffee shops like my friends, but because I knew if I didn't take care of myself, no one else would. While my classmates were getting picked up by their parents, I rode my bike 4 blocks to a pastry shop to wipe tables and mop floors, then biked home after dark. I used my first paycheck to buy a second-hand computer. The only thing that helped me keep up with classwork. No one asked if I needed help. No one asked if I was sleeping enough or if I'd had dinner. But when Brandon needed a new laptop, despite dropping out, Mom had no problem opening a credit card and buying him a brand new MacBook, saying he needs it to restart his life. I was used to that upside-down logic. When I did right, it was expected. When Brandon messed up, it was because he was trying. Brandon's 4 years older than me, but if you looked at how things played out in our home, you'd think I was the older sibling. He always had an excuse. Always got understood when he quit his bookstore job because the boss was too controlling. Mom instantly defended him. No one can survive a toxic environment. When he misplaced the car Dad had just fixed, the first thing Dad said was, accidents happen. When I got a full ride to Georgia State, the only response was, couldn't you pick a school closer to home? Brandon might need the car. When I got hired by the biggest investment consulting firm in the area, Mom just said, that's so far. He'll take us to our doctor's appointments. I honestly can't remember the last time they said they were proud of me. Maybe they never have. I used to think if I just kept working hard, kept proving myself, they'd eventually see. But the more I did, the more I became just a walking wallet when they wanted to repaint the house. Could you help a bit? When Brandon wanted to sign up for an online art class, Diana, could you front it for now and we'll settle up later? At first, I thought it was just temporary money trouble. I agreed to help here and there, but here and there turned into everything from electric bills, appliance repairs to gas money for Dad's car. I sent the money regularly. No thank yous, just more asks. This month's a bit tight. Can you add a little more? I tried to stay quiet, told myself I was helping, that family should stick together. But every time I came home after grinding through weeks of work, I'd see Brandon lounging on the couch, feet on the table, gaming. Mom would be in the kitchen making his favorite dish. Dad would be telling the same story about how my son won an art contest back in 5th grade. I'm not heartless. I used to care about the smallest things, but the one thing I can no longer do is live a life where effort is invisible and failure is celebrated like a triumph. I remember one day when I told Mom I was saving to buy my own place. She casually said something I'll never forget. A girl buying a house on her own. Aren't you worried people will think no one wants to marry you? I didn't answer, but that was the moment I knew. I would never earn their honest approval. Not because I wasn't good enough, but because in their eyes, Brandon would always come first. And me, I was just the backup plan when things fell apart. That truth, bitter as it was, made me stronger.